Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking a quick look here at BNB. When we last left off, we were looking at the moving averages on the daily and just recognizing that the 200-day SMA was going to be a resistance level. We blasted straight through that, closed below it, and now we're testing it for a doji candle here. So it does imply some resistance is present. Okay. We can also note that we're ascending positively on the other two moving averages, so we're looking good there in that sense as well. So truly not like a massively bearish situation. We just want to pay attention to the volume and kind of see roughly where we're at here. Okay, so if we do take a look at the volume, we can kind of see that we have the most amount of volume at about 212. That's not super important, but the most recent range is about 226. So that's somewhat of a support level there, just to keep that in mind. But the truth is the amount of volume hasn't really been dissipating that much for this coin, so I wouldn't be surprised if the price drops unless, of course, Bitcoin corrects itself massively, or we do see the price of BNB essentially coming down with lower volume. Okay. Now, again, there's other things we want to factor in and take a look at, but generally speaking, that's kind of the bumper sticker version there on the daily. Quick little bumper sticker, also keep this in mind too. We did recently partner with Blofin exchange, mainly because I wanted to offer no KYC and no VPN options to my members. So a lot of my US and Canadian traders are kind of left out in the rain there, so just another option for you. They do have trial funds available until November 20th. Be sure to use the link down below to register for that. They'll have trading competitions and a few other things as well. And if you're curious about our premium group, which I get this question a lot, so I figured I'd just cover it quickly. These are the results for last month. 90% accuracy, about 1200% return with 3 stop losses hit. However, I think there's over 20 trades that hit their targets. Some of those are still open, hitting really solid additional tertiary 4th and 5th targets too. All right, so BNB 4-hour time frame. This is where things I think are not fantastic, and the main reason why I say that is because we can see the money flow index dropping. RSI is above 50, but it's only going to sustain for so long. Last time we saw the RSI drop below 50 was right in this range here when the price action was dipping. Okay, so keep in mind it ramped up pretty strong after that, but Bitcoin obviously did as well. However, the main takeaway here is that when the money flow index is low, price is typically low. Okay. So that does imply that the MFI coming down, we could be experiencing further downside. It also may indicate that there's a trend reversal and the price action might continue higher because that's the lowest point. Right? You got to recognize that when that comes down, the price typically ramps up afterwards. We see almost every single occurrence, money flow index, price action comes up. Okay? So we could be at this little potential situation there where it's going to happen. My speculation is we might see somewhere in the range of 241 to 237 retested, and then we see the leg up once the money flow index comes down a little bit further. Again, just something to kind of think about. Taking a look at TD sequential on the 4-hour, not a whole heck of a lot to note. We're in a nice little reset phase there. Just know we did hit a 9 previously, consolidated and legged up to a 6. So we came fairly overextended here. That's like, 60 some odd hours of continuation to the upside without massive correction. So this little leg down makes perfect sense. If we take a look quickly here at Elliott Wave, we can recognize too that these 3 levels here, based on more recent fib levels, are effectively causing the price action to potentially pull back to that range. Okay, so again, 0.618, 0.5, 0.382, those are levels that we might actually see the price action pull all the way back to. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We want to kind of pay attention to that. Now, what we also want to look at is a few other things here as well, which would be to say liquidity and fair value. There is a bit of liquidity up here at this upper level. It's not a lot. So I'd be surprised if that gets swept. I wouldn't be surprised, however, if the fair value down below gets taken. So in other words, 0.382, 0.5, these are common areas of retracement. It would make sense for the price to leg down to one of these 2 areas before it comes back up. Again, the main reason why is because we have a more recent high here acting as a potential support. And obviously there's a lot of reasons why the price should continue lower just because we've been overextended for a while, and a little bit more downside would make more sense than the price waking up this soon. Again, I'm just thinking outside the box here. That's generally what we're looking at. Let's see if there's a confirmational factor here on our hourly time frame and kind of just go from there. As we do take a look at the hourly, we can see on the Ichimoku cloud, we're stuck below the cloud. Conversion line's below the baseline, and the lagging span is in the price action. So not only do we have no confirmation to take a short position, we have no confirmation that a long position should have even been left open. Okay, so that door should have closed at least, about 24 hours ago. Okay. So truth is, if you're holding a long position open, just be careful. Make sure to monitor it. Maybe set some stop losses. Ensure you're not using large position size, large leverage. Some folks do trade with that, and that's okay if it works well for you. But my guess is that you don't have a high success rate. Okay? So just be very careful in how you do that. If you are successful, then great. You probably shouldn't even be watching this video in the first place. Again, these are more designed for I guess you could say more swing trade related things, and oftentimes trading with high leverage, you may not be considering a swing trade. It should be more so a day trade. Conversation for another day. Either way you look at it, we are looking fairly, I wouldn't say fairly bearish because that's not even the right term for it, but it would make more sense for the price to come down initially to retest some of these levels here versus the price coming up. Okay, so again, we just take a quick look here. We can see on multiple time frames there are handfuls of reasons why the price should pull back because we have hit our fifth and final waves on both time frames there. Again, those are the 1 hour and the 4 hour. The daily tells us a slightly different story, but once more, we are still looking good in the big picture. I just think further correction would make a little bit more sense for this coin. Hope that makes sense for you. Thanks again for the request. I think it was Berlusconi that requested this here from one of our community members. Deeply appreciate you. And again, you guys want to be part of something bigger, jump on over to our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, and consider becoming a premium member. We do have actually some awesome options there for our traders. So we look forward to working with you. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Greatly appreciate your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.